What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are kind of just putting some finishing touches on the STi. The car is pretty much done minus these few little things, so we're gonna knock them out today. So being that the car is all pretty much a dark color now, the chrome doesn't really go with anything. So we're gonna be doing the headlights black. And here I have a set of black headlights. Shout out to my buddy Cody here on base. He has these from his old WRX. Now, obviously, there are differences between the WRX headlights and the STi headlights. So we're going to gut them both and then just swap housings. I may paint these a gloss black, but honestly, the black in there doesn't look too bad. I don't like painting on chrome. I've never really had good luck with it. It seems to peel up. So I'd rather keep the chromes how they are. We'll slap the chrome housings in here, and then these will go back to Cody. And then we also have our APR carbon mirrors here. And like I mentioned, I think in the last video, this back piece here, we're going to be painting gloss black just to go with the car. It's pretty faded and yeah, it doesn't really match much. So that'll go black. I'll probably black out the little reflector in there. This will probably stay kind of chrome like it is because that's the one piece that will match the intercooler in the front of the car. But everything else will, stay black. Because it's pretty cold in this garage, we're going to bring them inside, get them all stripped down, and then we'll slap them in the oven, get them cracked open, and swap them out. Yeah, let's get to it. Okay, just got this headlight all stripped down. Just, take pictures, remember where everything goes. It's really not that much. Let's get the oven preheated. We're preheating the oven to 210. We'll put them in for 10 minutes. If we can't get them apart, we'll put it in longer. I take the bulbs and everything out. I strip them completely down. I don't think you have to, but I do it just to be safe. I'd rather not spend the money on new bulbs. It's a bit of a mess in here, but we have two headlights taken apart. So this is the chrome, that's the black. So we're just gonna do the little flip-flop and then slap our headlights back together, slap his headlights back together with the chromes, and that'll be it. I am gonna take the little reflector and go spray that black, but that's the only thing we're gonna have to spray in here, which is nice. Helps me out a lot. Gosh dang, we left it a mess in here. We're gonna have to clean up before we start working. We've worked some long nights in here, so when we're done, we're done. We clean up the next day. We got the shop pretty much cleaned up, and the car is, of course, looking sick. We got to get, today, the flare on. We got to get our mirrors on. We're going to get the roof racks wrapped black, get those thrown on. And then I have a bunch of goodies that we're going to be slapping in the engine bay. So I know I showed a little bit of taking these headlights apart, but because I didn't have my tripod, it made it real difficult to record. But we got these things all blacked out. They just need a little Cerakote headlight restoration kit on both the outside of the lenses, and they'll be looking brand new. So we also sprayed the little reflector in there black. So yeah, it's a completely, pretty much blacked out look. I kept the chrome kind of rings in there just to kind of match the intercooler. But other than that, yeah, they are blacked out. Looks way better than the chromes did. We have our mirrors right here, painted gloss black. They actually came out pretty good. Not the greatest, of course, for a little spray paint job, but we'll take them. And then there, we got some goodies, but you'll see that later. I'm gonna start with getting the flare and the badge on the fender, and that way, pretty much all the red stuff is on the car, and we can look at it complete.
Turn me up, Koopy.
Headlights are in. I think blacked out was definitely the right idea. We got the roof rack on. Chandler got these all nice and wrapped up in our black to match the roof. I think it looks pretty dang good. So I also got the mirror on. Now the driver's side, or the passenger side mirror, this trim piece I'm gonna have to replace because I broke it taking it off. And then once I get that, we can get the mirror on. But for now, she's gonna have to look like that for a little while. Now, getting to the engine bay, the AOS I had sent out for powder coating, and I just got it back. Where I put it. So this went out to Dark Matter Coatings. And as you can see, it's kind of a color to match the gold on the titanium. So I think this is gonna look really good. You wanna open it up?
Let's do it. That right there is professional as hell. You guys are like killing it right now.
Well, gosh dang. This should look pretty good in the engine bay. I'm hoping it'll match the titanium piping that the turbo kind of offsets. So let's get that slapped in. They're kind of a pain in the butt to put in, so slap it on the tripod, get a little time lapse going. We'll get that in, and then we'll get to the real fun stuff. Not sure how much you could see of that, but we got the AOS in, once again, kind of just sitting in there, but all our hoses are hooked up, and I think it goes pretty well, honestly. I think it matches as well as it can on the raw burnt titanium there. So yeah, pretty happy with how it all came out. I might slap the Dark Matter sticker on there to cover up some blank space, and because they did it and did a phenomenal job, so shout out to Dark Matter on that one. Now getting to the good stuff, I think I showed you guys in the last video the titanium bolts we got from VividTi. Shout out to Josh for those. They are these midnight purple bolts, which I think will go really well with, you know, all the purple and blue stuff we kind of got going on in here. So that's pretty much a full engine bay dress up kit. So all the bolts that you can pretty much see from the top of the car are going to be purple now. And then I do have some stuff from JD Customs as well. We'll get to that after we get this dress up kit on.
Pinky promise you, Koopy.
Alright, so we got our stock bolts on the driver's side, and then the Vivid bolts on the passenger side. These things are freaking sick. Matches pretty dang good. Yeah?
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Pretty much any bolt that's seen from the top of the engine is going to be replaced. So a lot of work to do. Let's get you on the tripod and get to it. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I got almost all the bolts in here. All the way up the fenders, you got the headlights, strut, tower mounts, even way back in there, we got them. All the radiator fans, yeah, battery tie downs, fuse box, they're all over. So huge shout out to VividTi for all these bolts. They look sick, definitely a great addition to the engine bay, and they match the turbo quite well. So now I have, which I've shown on my Instagram before, this RKTi radiator hose for the upper radiator. And then yesterday from JDC, we got some goodies. So we got all the caps for pretty much everything in the bay. And then, yeah, just a bunch of goodies there. We also have this sick badge that they made. So if you guys remember, the weekend I picked up this car, we lost my dog. So yeah, this whole build's kind of been in memory of him. So this actually means quite a bit to me. And then last but not least, this thing is sick. So we also have this super sick alternator cover, and it obviously says Panzer on it. And yeah, this is gonna really finish off the bay. So another shout out to JDC for sending that stuff over. It looks even better than I could have asked for. So let's get that stuff slapped in. It's gonna make this bay frickin' pop. I am stoked to see this.
I pinky promise you, Koopy.
Alright, I am beyond happy with how this looks. Honestly, like, just blows me away. That is insane. I didn't expect to have an engine bay this dressed up when I originally was building the car, but now that it is, well, I can't say I would go any other way. That is freaking sick. Last thing I want to do tonight is get the front bumper prepped out and ready to wrap. Got to tear it all down and then sand it down. Only really have to sand where I painted it, just a little bit. Probably just gonna hit it with like 180 and then 320 and 1000 grit just to level it out so you can't see anything under the wrap. And that's pretty much it. So my camera battery is at 9%, so I'll try to get as much as I can, but no promises that this thing isn't gonna die on us.
Pinky promise you, Koopy.
Alright, camera's on 2%, so hopefully I can get this clip in. I just spent like the last hour and a half, 2 hours just sanding this thing down with 180 grit, and it came out okay. Obviously there's paint chips that I can't get out, and I'm starting to sand through the paint that we threw down on this thing. But yeah, have a look. Overall, it's pretty smooth. Like, all of the kind of bumps that from the paint are gone. But you can see we sanded through here. You were kind of sanding through here. Obviously that won't matter. It'll all be covered by wrap, and I really don't care. I don't plan on going back to silver for a long time. So it's whatever. Not a huge deal. But yeah, I think it's pretty smooth. I kind of went over it multiple times with 180, 320, and then even 1,000 grit just to make sure we are good to go. So tomorrow I'm going to come in and get this thing cut out for our intercooler, and then I'll tell Chandler we're ready to go. He'll come in and we'll get this thing knocked out with some vinyl. I'm going to clean up the shop, call it a night tonight, and I'll pick this video up tomorrow. It's the next morning now, and we are about ready to get this bumper cut out to fit our intercooler. So here's what I'm thinking. All this black stuff, all the black plastics in the middle of the bumper, we're going to cut all this out. And then from there, we'll just do little increments on the bottom of the bumper to fit the intercooler. So we'll probably have to cut about halfway up this lip here, and that should fit. So let's get this thing flipped over, break out the angle grinder, and we'll just work on cutting just this black part away first, and then we'll get to the bottom lip. We just got done filing. I filed for how long, Chandler?
I don't even know. I know I got here around noon, and it's now like 3:30, so.
We were filing for a while, but I used the file because I wanted to be like pretty precise. And as you can see, we are pretty good all the way around. Intercooler fits nice back there. I'm gonna run like a little black like seam strip type thing back there just to, you know, protect the intercooler from getting scratched and make it look a little nicer. But I wanted to keep this little tow hook cover thing in here as well. So yeah, left the mounts on there, and we're clear of the intercooler, so that's cool. So now we can start getting this thing prepped out for vinyl. We'll, you know, same process as the rest of the car, and then we'll have a matching bumper.
I think you promised you, Koopy.
Tell him, buddy.
What? Oh, it's done. I mean, let's go look at it. Admire it. Look. It's finished. 100%. Now there's no more going to bed and wondering, oh, only this left. And if any of you out there are a wrapper or a tinter or a clear bra installer, you know that pain very well.
Yeah, bumper's finished up. It looks sick. Yeah, huge shout out to my boy Chandler for getting this thing knocked out. He did 100% of the wrap job on this. All I did was hold the heat gun. And then we got her reassembled, and we're gonna go slap her on the car, see how she looks. Let's get you on the tripod. I already know this is gonna look so sick. Yeah, you gotta push it in. There you go. It's real tight. There, that's what it was. Like, what are we not clipped into?
Damn, bruh. Alright, ready for the first look?
Close her all the way down. Ooh! Dude, that looks mean as hell.
Holy shit. Oh my god, look at this. You can't tell me that ain't the cleanest hatch in Spokane. Just saying.
Oh, it definitely is.
That looks good.
My god.
And like really, the intercooler fits in there very nicely.
Oh yeah.
And then just on top of it, keeping the tow hook covered. That's
Perfect. It was a big goal of mine to keep that little tow hook cover guy there because it looks so much cleaner with that in there. And honestly, like this fitment of this intercooler and these cuts, damn, beauteous. Beauteous. So this car is pretty much 100% complete minus one passenger window trim and one mirror. But we're in the works to getting one of those. And then obviously everything under the bay is not 100% yet. But we're getting there. Super stoked that this is coming out. We're going to wipe it down real quick and then we'll get some cinematic shots for y'all. Before I wrap this video up, let's get one more look under this engine bay and just admire it with the new bumper. Wow. This is crazy to me, guys, because I've never really built anything in my life. I just posted this on my Snapchat story. For those of you who are friends with me, you probably know. I've never built anything where, you know, I could look back and say, like, you know, how is this thing even mine, or anything like that. And this car has come so far, and it's coming along literally 3,000 times better than I could ever imagined. And I mean, like, I look at this thing and I literally say, like, how is this car mine? It blows my mind. It really does. And there's a lot of people along the way that have helped me with the build, and right now Chandler was a huge help to transforming this into exactly what I envisioned years ago when I originally was like, hey, I want to hatch STi. So I mean, this is I really have no words. This is coming out amazing. It's unreal. It really is. And there's still more that's got to go into it, obviously, but yeah, it's a show car. It literally, I didn't plan on this being a show car, but I'm still gonna be daily driving it somewhat. Crazy. That's really all I got. That's really all I got. So, I really appreciate you guys for following along. I hope you guys are as stoked as I am on this build, and hopefully make it to some shows so you guys can come out and see it as well. I am moving to the East Coast, so there's a good chance I'm going to try to make it to Slammed Enough Gatlinburg next year. That's a big hope, so it'll be cool to have this thing out at some shows so that way you guys can see it and see how far it's come. It really does blow my mind, so I'm going to wrap up this video right here. I'm the only one left in the shop. Chandler bounced out. But Chandler, if you're watching this, thanks so much. This is, it really means a lot. And the car looks freaking, yeah, sick. Love it. Love every angle of this car right now. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to start ceramic coating the car. Now that, you know, it's 100% done, before we take it outside, while it's still super clean, we'll wipe it all down, get some Avalon King on there, and it'll be protected as well. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out. See y'all later.